Hi, guys. Hello, everyone. Good evening. I just realized I was muted, and all along I've been talking to myself. Welcome to the next Advantage edition, to October edition. I'm so excited to be here with you. Thank you for honoring my invitation. Thank you for those who joined from edition one and those who sent me testimonials about their experience on joining the business systems class particularly, and there were also some other people that highlighted getting value from the class with Kemi Olawoye, particularly on building marketing or products around the culture of a people, and also the class with Uke on building perception if you're looking to sell globally from Africa or make that transition from freelancer to consultant. So, welcome once again. Now, I believe you can hear me, but if you can for any reason, please let me know in the comment section. Can you hear me? I need confirmation so that we can get into it. This class is going to be very practical, a few theoretical sessions, and I will highlight and we'll get into the practical session of it. So let me know. Also, for those who are watching the replay, I think I'll probably do an introduction when it's time for us to really get into it. For now, I just want people to come in and let me know that they can hear me. Okay, I don't see any charts yet. Okay, thank you. I get one comment that you can hear me loud and clear. And so, since you can hear me loud and clear, let's get into it. Alrighty. So the last next advantage was mainly focused on making that transition from being a freelancer to building a proper digital business, because the freelancer business model is really getting crushed by AI and a lot of changes within the workforce and workspace. It's still valuable, but for those who are looking to get the most value, it might not be what will work out for you. So if you know that your ideas, your solutions can become something more, why not make it something more? And if you didn't know, for those who joined us, you got to hear and learn how you can actually take your ideas, your solutions. Say, for instance, you've been a virtual assistant, and how you can become a digital operations manager, either launching your own solution in partnership with other people, or finding people who have great ideas and solutions and they're trying to launch a company, and you join them with your expertise, and now you have a company together. Ali Balogun, thank you so much for confirming that you can hear me. So yes, I was just making a brief summary of the next advantage. We'll be rolling out some clips from that edition, and building up on that. This edition is focused mainly on AI and automation, not just because of the buzz, not because of the profits. I mean, I named it AI profits formula because I know we all want to hammer. We're always looking for where the money is, including I myself. But because AI is really making a lot of changes in business models, in industries, in tasks, in roles, and I fear, and I honestly say this with very, not to pass any sort of anxiety, but realistically, I fear that a lot of people are not aware. And something happened sometime, I think it was in May, June this year. I use AWS for hosting my emails, especially when I work for clients. And I went on my AWS account as usual, and I had an issue I wanted to get sorted with customer care. And I wanted to book customer care within the platform as usual. And I noticed that customer as a service has been productized. And when I mean customer as a service, it means that for certain solutions, for certain queries that you have, even though you're a customer of Amazon Web Services, you're going to have to pay to be attended to. It's no longer free. And it reminded me of a conversation I had with a friend way back in 2020 when COVID happened, and makeup artists were complaining they were not getting customers. People were getting comfortable with using filters. And I said that is just the beginning of what's about to happen as we continue to live online. believe it or not, some people just live online. When I mean live online, they don't dress to go outside. They dress to be seen, to interact online. I don't mean this in a negative way. They actually work online. So it's they have to dress up, they have to show up, they have to do their makeup. So for instance, I am here right now. I am teaching, I am dressed up, I made my hair to be here, right? So if I can get a digital version of this, it's cheaper, it's faster, it's more reliable. I can customize it. Why would I need physical makeup if I can get it done digitally? And this expression of me lives digitally. I'm not going to see people physically. So I remember then I was saying to her that it would be great for makeup artists to start learning how to digitize that. And I did my research and found that companies like L'Oreal had even bought companies that were into filter making and digital makeup, the whole idea of digital makeup. And the way they had applied it was even around marketing their beauty products at the time. This was way back in 2020 when I did this research. 4 years ago. At the time, they had started like 2018, 2019, testing out their hair products, their skincare products, and beauty products with AI filters, with filters at the time. So imagine how that would change. By now, I haven't really researched around that. So I was saying that the more technology becomes cheaper and more accessible, human experiences, products that are dependent fully on humans, has to be high level expertise. It can't be just bottom line, baseline services, because it will be more expensive to assess human solutions. AI will do a lot of things. Robot software will do a lot of things, and this is both software and hardware. We are still very much in the software space. We'll get into the hardware space, and if that can happen to makeup, it makes sense that anybody who is in any space can start thinking. So bringing that forward to where we are right now, there's a whole lot of change going on, and it's drastic. Every day you look around, there's a new feature, there's a new disruption. And for a company as large as Amazon Web Services to have changed its customer service model to productize this, to put a fee behind it, that says a whole lot about the industry of customer service, customer support, and even the role of being a customer service manager. It shows you to the extent that automation had disrupted that total space, that industry, the career, and the role. And I remember I was having this conversation also with a friend who runs an agency within the space, and we're talking about the fact that this now brings a different meaning to customer as a service, because Africa, India, Vietnam, and a couple of other countries that are third world where labor is cheaper, people tend to go there to outsource virtual services, virtual remote services, customer services, because they are way cheaper. And when I mean people, I mean first world, Americans, Europeans, and the rest of them come there for cheaper labor. But if robots can even do it cheaper, software robots, if AI can do it for cheap, that remote job is not coming here. And that was why the first edition was mainly focused on how you can actually move into being a business owner, such that as this area of opportunity is drying up, you're quickly creating more opportunities. So if AWS can change its model, and if you follow the news and the trends, 2023 was dubbed the year of efficiency by Mark Zuckerberg, and the Meta sent out a letter, public letter on their blog. If you research now, you'll find it on their blog, where they detailed why they needed to be more efficient, what they're going to be doing, and why they're changing their model that way to bring in more profits and the rest of them. And they mentioned the department they were going to have to hire less in and even fire people. And they've been doing it since that time. And it's not just them, every other company that is looking to be more efficient has done that. And this is because AI and automation is really rising. One of the roles that was mentioned in that letter or that press release was HR and hiring. And this is because that role as well, the process, the task has been automated. There's rarely any area that has not been automated. And one of the videos that I created when I was trying to put this program together, I mentioned that no matter what you do, no matter what your experience level is, whether it's 15 years, 20 years, 5 years, in fact, it's even better if you're just starting out. So for young people, I really do hope that you are looking at how you would improve yourself such that you can take advantage of the benefits in this space really, really fast, because you are in prime time, real prime time. But if you're an older person, don't be intimidated. If you feel like this whole journey is constant learning, constant evolution, that's the way it really is. And when I go really into the teachings for today, you see how we are not really the first generation or the first set of working class where change disrupts like this. It's a normal thing in life. Ours might feel like, oh, it's worse than. Ask people from that generation too, they'll tell you that they found theirs challenging, and people always found successes in this. One of the things I like to say is that while technology will create displacement, it also creates opportunities, right? And for those who are able to see those opportunities, you might just become the next generation wealth or the next innovator within your family line, within your space, or within your career or industry where you're operating in. So, to go into today, I am going to be sharing a slide, doing a couple of introductory teachings first, and then we'll go into the practical side of things. Again, welcome to the next advantage. So, this series, like I said earlier, is focused on AI and automation. And it is my hope that by the end of this, you will see the profit centers when it comes to AI and automation. Okay. So, when I was creating AI profits formula, one of the things that I really wanted to capture was the fact that as much as AI and automation can seem like it's a buzzword, we all know it. I'm sure everybody here has either created an image, generated a text. Even if you've not created an image, you must have at least generated a text with AI. As much as the buzzword around it and everybody knows it, I also wanted to highlight the fact that people might not understand the depth to which it's affecting their work or where the benefits are even. And so that was one of the reasons why I created this and the teachings I will be having going forward. So the usual introduction and stuff. My name is Ebere Lisa. If you didn't know me already, I'm the founder of DBHQ. I have almost a decade of experience in digital solutions consulting, from communications to media and marketing, automation, business transformation and technology, governance, trainer, speaker, teacher, and all of that. Hello, Abel. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Um, I started this journey pretty much in exchanging the journey of exchanging my gifts, my skill sets, my talent for financial reward 13 years ago. I remember I was an undergraduate and I was on a pageant stage, which is a long story, but I'll tell some other day. But there's something I want to draw out from this particular story I'm about to tell. And at the time when I was on that stage, I didn't really go there because I was another slim girl who had a passion for modeling or being on stage. It was particularly because my pageant coach or mentor at the time has said that if I could stand on the pageant stage, that I would literally stand anywhere in the world. And the pageant stage she was referring to was my school's pageant stage because students are known for being very unkind. They will say very hurtful things and boo you. But the goal was to practice on that stage, regardless of what they are saying, regardless of how shameful it feels, that when I come down from that stage, any other stage in the world, I'll be able to stand there and deliver whatever it is I want to share with the world. And that message or that advice was true, that in 13 years I have spoken across many stages virtually and physically and to hundreds of people or thousands of people, and it's been a continuous learning process. See, I was not designed to be, or I didn't start out wanting to be a public speaker or a teacher. It was something that happened. And then another layer that will add to this story is the fact that whenever I go into talking about technology and technological innovations, people tend to think that I have a background in computer science, and which I actually like to just allow people to assume. When they find the exact area where my first degree in, they're like, huh? How did you do it? And I'm like, how did I not do it? Because one of the things that was very clear to me was that the degree I had wasn't going to create opportunities that I wanted in my life. And so, without even understanding what reskilling was, I embraced reskilling wholeheartedly. And so, it made it easy for me to become someone who is deeply connected to continuous learning. I wake up every day looking forward to learning something. And it's necessary that in this era that we are in, that you're willing to learn and willing to train yourself to learn, because we have like this instant noodles type of content and engaging and interacting online, that everything is really, really fast. The ability to sit down and study a material for 2 hours, 3 hours is something that is almost impossible for a lot of people, including young people today. So if you can give yourself to continuous learning, I say this at this beginning because a lot of things will keep changing. And every day will feel like you're learning one new process or the other. But really, it is where the opportunities lie. There's this thing I said in one of the videos I posted, I think about 2 years ago, that if you keep looking down and just doing your work, do your work every day, do your work every day, and you never look up to or you look around to see what's happening, you will drown in that work eventually. And people will move on from what you're doing and you will not realize it. That used to work before, coming up to work, coming into your business, doing what was required and doing it steadily for 15 years and you get rewarded. Now you have to innovate really, really, really fast, right? So, enough about me. Let's get into our agenda for today. So today we are doing four very simple things: how you can profit from AI by automating tasks and enhancing your creative business and professional skills, how you can master new AI tools that can drastically increase your productivity and your income, discover emerging digital professions and income streams powered by AI. This part I am really excited to speak on. And then also how you can secure your career and business by becoming indispensable in an AI powered world. This four steps, when you follow it or if you pay attention tonight, it's going to be difficult for you, even if you don't have an AI background, to not find ways to create opportunities in the next 10 to 14 days. And I kid you not. I kid you not, except you're not willing to commit to doing what is necessary. And by what is necessary is to sit down to apply yourself and practicalize, because a huge part of this is practical. But if you're able to do that, you're going to have so much results from this session. So I want to begin, and my teachings lately has started from this particular place, thinking like a futurist, because a lot of the things that we know, a lot of the information that we see, a lot of the news, the trends, it has been, right? Solomon said there's nothing new under the sun. It has been, right? There's nothing that is happening today that hasn't existed in one form or the other. And this is one of the reasons why I like American science fiction, either in books or in movies. You would see, if anybody followed the Elon Musk robot taxi Optimus launch, there was a post by the creator of this movie that Will Smith was in, iRobot, where he said that Elon Musk stole his concepts and he wants like to be rewarded for it or something like that. I don't know if it's a joke or if it's real, but what the American media industry does is to kind of shape the future that Americans, American innovators, the people building the present America will go to think around and now build solution in line with that. That movie, that iRobot, it's definitely over a decade. I'm not sure it's up to 2 decades, but it's over a decade that it was created. And Elon Musk is creating something based on inspirations from that. So that's how intentional the American media is. And they are able to imagine what the future would look like. They sit, they think, they write, they create visuals on what the future will look like. And the rest of the world comes along and say, oh, this is possible. Oh, we can actually travel to Mars. Oh, we can live in another planet. Oh, we can invent a different type of food. And for anybody who will be successful in this era, you have to be the one thinking and innovating. There's a post I made on Instagram just about 6 p.m. this evening around Global Literacy Week. One of the things that I highlighted there was the key human skills that we need. We're going to have to think beyond. I know we have this great dependency on AI to even do creative work, but what AI is going to do if we keep depending on it for creative work is to become copycats, because really it's data sets that it was trained on. So the innovators of our present time will be the ones to reap from every technological advancement or opportunity of this era. And please, if you say you're not a techie, I hope that does not exist within your vocabulary. I hope that anybody who is in my community or joining my community doesn't buy into I am not a techie line. You must be a techie in this era. As a matter of fact, if you're watching me from this live stream, you're using your phone, you're using your laptop, whatever it is you're using to access this live stream or the replay, you are a techie. If you have a gas cooker in your house, you are a techie. If you use a mobile phone, you are a techie. Heck, you enter a car, an Uber, a bus, that's a piece of technology, right? It's just the way you look at it. It's the way you view it. And why you've already created a barrier in your mind, it's difficult for you to access it. So, in thinking like a futurist, we have to look back to see forward. Where has this type of change happened before? Because if you look at it that way, it'll be easier for you to see. Hi Kewa, my friend just joined in. I'm excited to have her join us. Sorry. So yeah, you have to think like a futurist. You have to adopt the futurist thinking, and in thinking like a futurist, we're going to look back to be able to look forward. Let's look at the first industrial revolution. Mechanization and steam power led to textile industry, railroads created opportunities. It doesn't change the fact that there were no disadvantages in this era, but that era gave birth to the next second industrial revolution: electricity, mass production, manufacturing, communication, and then we moved on to the third industrial revolution, digital revolution, and automation. This is where computing and telecommunications came in. Fourth industrial revolution is where we are now. One of the things that this thing basically says to us is that there's always an evolution. The world will keep evolving. And there's a post I made, I think that was 2 or 3 days ago, that you either lead change or be led by it. You cannot be in the background. You always have to be the one to see the change coming. And if you're not the one at least leading it, there's a quote I really like by one of the thought leaders I really admire. He's a Nigerian, Olakunle Shorinyo, and he says, if you're waiting for the information to come to the news, it's late already. It's no longer new. So you have to be the one to do the deep research, the deep thinking, ask the questions in your industry. What is disrupting? Who is disrupting? What has been disrupted? What is old and I'm not aware? Do you know that there are certain researches that I would do and I'll realize that, oh, wait, this thing I thought that was my idea that I just came up with in 2024. Somebody did something like that in 2010. And I'm like, wow. So you have to be the one who is always thinking, always thinking, always thinking, always asking the questions, because if you do, you'll be able to see where change is coming. So, likewise, if we look back to look forward and in understanding the future, you see that in all of these changes, there was social impact, there were job displacements but for each of the industrial revolutions. It's not different. Social inequality, job displacement, child labor, which is a huge part of the digital economy, but that's not what we are on today. So I'll not go into that. Loss of business, initial panic and anxiety, reinvention and adaptation, emergence of new job categories and businesses. In this era, people basically in the first industrial revolution, the type of jobs people had here cannot be compared to the type of jobs that they had in the second one. It cannot also be compared to the type of jobs they had in the third one or in the fourth one. What you have to focus on, which is what I always tell people, for every wave of change coming, is to ask, what are the opportunities? Yes, there are challenges. The truth is, every solution will create a problem. There's a business leader or an economist that came up with this quote. I can't remember his name, or maybe it's an economic principle or business principle, that every solution will create a problem. And one example that I will give is from OpenAI's Sam Altman, who recently launched the World Coin and its eye tracking, forgotten what they called it. It's an eye tracking tool for making sure that we secure identity in this world. So imagine that he introduced AI, at least at a mass and a high scale value level to users. And that has created a problem that people don't know what is real or what is not. As deepfake gets thrown into the digital space, as people can create digital versions of them, other people can create digital versions of you. How do we know who or what is authentic? He created a solution. So that way too, you have to be the one who is thinking as a solutionist and not just focusing on the problems. The problems, when you look at the problems itself will even show you where solutions are. So where your solutions thinking hard at all times. So the impact of generative AI on jobs, how generative AI is shaping the workforce. This is one thing I really like to talk about. Areas for high potential for automation and areas for low potential for automation, and the unaffected tasks as well. Now, this is something I found from research as well. And one of the platforms I like to research on, and I would recommend that you get on too, is the World Economic Forum. They have deep research around what the future of work will be, what the future of business will be, and where the opportunities are. Right. So one of the jobs that they've listed top on this list is credit authorizers, checkers, and clerks. These jobs are at the highest risk of being automated. These jobs, and there's no going back. And one of the things I like to introduce when I start this thing is really why AI is able to do our jobs really well, because I think people don't get it. So you see, large language models are trained on large data sets, right? And because they're trained on large data sets, they're able to perform all different tasks that surrounds or is about language. And language can be spoken, can be written, can be coded, right? So programming language, spoken language, written language in any what is it called? In any what is culture or any nationality, whatever language it is, it can be processed by large language models. The reason why AI particularly affects knowledge workers and it's not affecting jobs that are within the blue work industry, like plumbers, roofers, builders, and the rest of them, is because our work requires a lot of thinking, a lot of language, a lot of communication. So I need a strategy for 2024 on our marketing. We are a paint production company, and we want to, in line with the season, the Q1, Q2 season, and how people live, how people experience their world. We want to tell people to paint their house, to improve their living, so that by 2020, so in 2024, the state of their house will determine the state of their success or the state of their happiness. What campaign can we create around this? Normally, before AI, we'll sit down and have conversations and throw ideas. With AI has the data to have this conversation with us. So technology really is a part of our workforce. And so what happens is that language-based tasks, which is what knowledge workers do, have now been automated because AI can easily answer it. So whatever you do that has to do with language, to a great extent in your work, what you're going to have to be doing is to oversee it. So if you look at this list here now, we can see management analysts, telemarketers, statistical assistants, tellers, forensic science technicians, receptionists and information clerks, production planning and expediting clerks, file clerks, word processing and typists, bookkeeping, accounting, auditing clerks, legal secretaries, administrative assistants, loan interviewers and clerks, bill and account collectors. All these jobs are on exposure for, they have like the highest potential for automation. Why? Because for every of this role, there's a repetitive or routine task. There's a process to doing it the same way. And so here probably is your first assignment. You can write this down that you're going to do it. And we're going to practicalize this on this session too, when we get into the software side of things. What are the most repetitive tasks in your work? What do you do every day that can be programmed, that is more or less programmed, because every day you have to do this step one, step two, step three. If there's a routine task to doing anything that you do, it can be automated. And I can tell you that there might even be an AI solution. Someone has already thought of how to automate that process within your business. So, the next area, job with the highest potential for augmentation. These ones are jobs where they're not necessarily going to automate the entire process. You're going to augment your skill sets, augment your work by using AI. And jobs with the highest amount of work time and potentially assisted by large language models, insurance underwriters, because you can't completely give insurance out without reviewing certain processes. At least not, we're not there yet where AI can completely handle the entire insurance process. So before you underwrite an insurance, somebody has to also look into verify the information, verify the outputs, verify the way that AI analyzed who is qualified or what is due the person. So augmentation is at 100% for this role. Bioengineers, biomedical engineers, mathematicians, editors, database architects, statisticians, training and development specialist clerks, database administrators, insurance appraisers, property appraisers, and so many other people, including medical transcriptionists, are all on the list of jobs with augmentation. So one of the things that I also like to say, the basic formula when we work with our clients, and the formula that is really what is shaping profits for us, is knowing what tasks can be automated, what skill sets within department and roles of our clients can be augmented. Because when we automate tasks, we create time for the people who are now doing the work that has been automated to do the high value work. And so work that would take 40 hours probably would now take 4 hours because somebody can just look at it and say, oh, this is what was working. Oh, this is right. This is wrong. And it is possible across a lot of departments from HR to communications to finance, all the departments. It is really possible to maybe not 40, maybe not tasks that take up 40 hours, but to a great extent, it's possible to automate tasks. Some companies have even come out to say that they've used AI to achieve 40 to 20% efficiency. I remember a post I saw sometime last week of one of the CEOs from, I think, AWS saying that they used AI to build code that would normally take them 2 years. They did it in, I think it was in about 2 weeks or less. So imagine that type of efficiency, that type of speed. And this is why I say that it makes business sense to adopt AI. And I'm speaking on behalf of employers and business owners, not just because they're looking for cheap labor, but because it makes sense to do things faster. You can scale when you're able to deliver products and services faster, when you're able to do research and analysis faster, when you're able to do your checks faster and push to market. So it kind of makes sense for business owners to not leave the opportunity that AI presents them. Where the challenge is in this part of the world, we don't really have the systems in place. And it's not like we are the only ones anyway. But other nations like Singapore have like training programs, reskilling, upskilling programs, knowing that this change is coming. And so they are preparing their people, especially people around the ages of 40, who are most likely not going to easily jump on the innovative solutions or opportunities that AI is going to create because they're already fixed in their ways. They're not necessarily the young people who are more interested and connected to technology. So because of that, they now prepare and plan and create so many programs. We have some here, but they can't cover everybody. So it doesn't make sense for anybody to even wait, even if they are available. You must be the master of your own outcome, of your own opportunities. You have to be the one shaping your own outcome. So now we come to jobs with lowest exposure. And if you can see here on the screen, you'll see that education, guidance, and career consultants and advisors have the lowest exposure. And why is that? It is because this requires human interaction to a great extent. People still want to be able to learn from a human and not just learn from a human. There is the emotional level of dealing with human. There is the area where you have to apply creativity, critical thinking, emotional intelligence, especially when you're dealing with children or young adults, right? So we are not at that age or that time where the entire process can be automated. A part of a teacher's work can be automated, but not everything. So they are the lowest exposure for automation. Clergies, pastors, for a lot of reasons, the community the church provides, and the fact that we all Christians, if you're a Christian, and even Muslims look up to our leaders for guidance in different areas of our lives. Paralegals and legal assistants also have lowest exposure because even though AI will generate a legal document for you, and here is the other thing: how sure are you that it's following whatever law within the land or the city where you are operating your business or where you live, right? So there's also home health aides because a human being is needed, anesthesiologists, obviously, because a human has to administer it, healthcare and social workers, things that have humans involved in marriage and family therapists. Yes, because people cannot trust AI yet to manage their family issues. Title examiners, these are people that have to deal with documents to verify it, to authenticate it. Oral and medical surgeons, again, somebody who has to touch you, who has to touch something. Maybe when the hardware robots come, when AI is put into a robot, now we can start asking if these people, if AI can not only just do the work, but also take up the human side of things. If AI can get to the level where it interacts as a human, such that humans feel very comfortable. But I doubt it will be our generation that would adopt that. Maybe the younger generation, the next generation that will be born into it, that would not know a world without such technology. Because I saw this thing on Facebook where it says that I'm a millennial, and then it says we are the oldest generation or the last generation, yeah, rather, we're the last generation that knows what it's like to not have to have been born into social media or be on social media, to use a regular Nokia phone, to not have internet connected on your device 247. We know that life and we know this new life. And the next generation just was born into this whole digital immersion. So maybe the I don't know what generation is going to come right when these robots will take over. Then they will be the ones who are used to seeing robots in their house, do housekeeping, do lifting, and a couple of other things. So it won't be a problem to go to a hospital where you see a robot working. Maybe. And then mental health counselors, of course, still requires humans, farm labor contractors, substitute teachers, mental health, and the rest of them. Okay, so that's the bit I wanted to share with you when it comes to the opportunities or the sorry the areas of high exposure when it comes to jobs. So that you can start thinking around your work and what it is you do. There are others that I will probably share later that even affect accountants and accounting and HR people and communications people. And if you joined at the beginning where I shared how AWS actually has automated its customer service process. And if you're an AWS user or you're just curious, go sign up on the platform because this is another way that I learn. This is another way that I find out the deeper business models that businesses are operating. I'm so intentional that when I catch something, I'm like, wait, what's going on? What does this mean? And then I look for other forms of information to translate that into what strategy that is being applied or where change or innovation is hitting from. And when I noticed that AWS has basically productized its customer service, it wasn't new or strange because we already had the technology to be able to do that. I remember I was having like a practice session with my siblings that period when because I use a cable service provider for my internet, and I had issues. Then I called them, and they said they were coming, and they called somebody else to confirm if I was around. No, somebody else called to confirm if I was around, and after confirming, someone had to call again to tell me that they were on their way. And then a third person called to let me know when they were at the gate. And then finally, a fourth person came to bring them in. And I'm like, this process is really long. This entire process can be shortened, and you don't need about four people to be in this chain, right? So, and this is because I'm aware of how to automate workflows. So, when you also see certain changes in the products you use on the platforms where you are a customer on, ask questions. The answers you get depends on the quality of the questions that you're willing to ask and how you're willing to investigate as well. Okay, we are going to go into the session of now discussing profiting from AI by automating tasks and enhancing your creative business or professional skills, mastering new tools that can drastically increase your productivity and income, and discover emerging digital professions and income streams. I think I've touched some of this already, but I am going to highlight them mainly. Please give me a minute. Let me just sip some water because my throat is drying out. I have been talking for a long while, I think over 30 minutes or thereabout, and I will be with you in few seconds. Okay, let's get back into it. So, how can you really profit from AI when it comes to automating tasks and enhancing your business or professional skills? I already said that the formula is basically simple: automate task, augment skill sets. And one of the people, or the best people rather, who are better positioned to profit from AI are people who are already in the workforce or understand work processes. Because for every result we get from AI, whether when we're automating and using automation platforms, this is even before AI, right? For every result that we get with automating tasks or using AI to generate any type of results that we're looking for, the quality of your prompt is what gives that answer, what allows you get the solution that you want from it, or the response you want from it, and how good it is as well. Your prompt determines it. And then you can only prompt for business operations. You can only prompt for certain roles and tasks if you know about that role, right? I don't know if you have interest in AI photography. You'll see that the best images from AI are not images of someone saying, "Oh, I want an image of a beautiful girl." the prompt is usually as detailed as I want an image of a beautiful girl standing in the desert holding a pot, wearing a black sari. Her eyes are tinted, her eyes are gray. It was shot with a Canon XX camera. It was shot in the style of XS photographer or an editorial image. It goes into that detail. And to the extent that that image is great and has great quality, aside the quality of the platform, the generative AI platform, is also the quality of the prompt. And so a photographer who already knows the specs, the editing, the features around great quality photo can prompt better than someone who is just going there to say, oh, I want an image of a beautiful black woman. It will give you anything, right? But if you decide to learn how photography works, then you can actually generate as many images that are of great quality, right? And here's the other secret I'm going to let you on. If you want a very good prompt for an image, you can actually ask AI to teach you how to prompt and give you a prompt that you can now use to generate the image. We'll apply this when we get to our practical session. So, to profit from AI is best if you already understand how a creative process works, how a business process work, or what your professional skills are. And remember that I had asked, I asked you to like note what repetitive tasks you have in your business or in your career, and how we can automate it. So, we are going to do a little experiment right now, and head over to my fave AI tool. I like a lot of them, but I like this one because it's a generalist like me. Okay. My fave AI tool is ChatGPT, and I like to use this account. The last session of the Next Advantage, this was the account we used. So you can see it's a new account, doesn't it's free. This is to also show you that it has greater capabilities actually when it's on the paid platform, and I can tell you for a fact. But even on the free, there's a whole lot of value that you can create with it. So, can anyone in the comments let me know a task that they have in their business? Well, I'm glad that you learned something new, Abel. So, can anyone let me know what they do, what repetitive tasks that you have in your business so that I can add that, I can use that for our prompt. I don't want to use my own personal experience or highlight my own results. So, let me know what you do so I can use that as what is it called, as an example to automate a task. Is anybody going to share? Do we have anyone, or do I just use the example that I have in my mind? Dentistry. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, let's see what. Okay, so what task? Sending emails to customers. Okay. I don't know whether you can use that. I can actually use that. As a dentist, you have appointments booking, real estate. Oh, I like real estate. Okay. 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 Let me see if we have more. Okay. Is there a specific task that you like to automate in your real estate business? Let me know. Is there a specific task you like to automate? Okay. Okay. Creating content on social media platform, inquiries for sales and letting. Aha, I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay, let's see. Um, let's see how we can automate that. I think I'm going to start with the general rules, dental treatment for a dentist. So let's use that. I'm going to use all three examples at different four points on or different formats. So where did you go? Where did you go? Okay. So you can see my screen, right? Because I can see it. So we're going to start with a generic query or a generic prompt on analyzing a particular role. So I'm going to type in a prompt that says, analyze my role as a real estate professional. What are five specific tasks that can be enhanced with AI tools, and which tools would you recommend? Now, if you remember when I said that the best thing about AI is that AI can actually teach you what you're looking for. So let's start with this. So I'm going to type in and say, analyze my role as a real estate professional. What five tasks, what five tasks can I automate to save me time, increase my bookings, oh, sorry, increase my bookings and my sales. Also recommend the tools I can use. And that's it. Full stop. I don't know why this thing is here. Can't figure out how to get rid of it. So one of the reasons why ChatGPT is my favorite AI is because of this memory updated thing. It will remember your brand. So it remembers the last prompting I did in the last class. So if they were connected and the data, or like let's say it's one business or one personal brand or one person's work, it will be able to carry on what was said in the previous chat and apply it right here. It's one of the things I really like about it. So can you see It was checking customer loan balances. Hi, Dami. Okay, so it was Oluwaseyi that asked this question. So, um, so things you can automate: lead capture and follow up. Automate lead capture forms on your website, social media to gather potential clients and send personalized emails and follow ups. Use HubSpot for capturing nurturing leads. Zoho CRM for managing clients, relationships, or Mailchimp for automating sequences. This one right here, this is one of the services that we offer. And anybody, when I created the session and I said that you can become an AI automation consultant and automation implementation specialist, someone sent me a message and said, how realistic is that? And I'm like, it's this realistic, right? Appointment scheduling automates clients to book viewing appointments without needing direct contact. And you can sync that bookings with your calendar and send reminders automatically. Tools, Calendly, Acuity scheduling, and connect it to your CRM. Social media posting, these are things you can automate. Schedule regular posts featuring listings, market insights, client testimonials to keep your profile active without constant manual effort. Tools, I'm going to show you a better way to manage tools and connect platforms or technologies, and in a way that is cheaper as well. Because I know one of the things that Nigerian professionals and business owners have is the exchange rates. And while I would always say yes, buy the best software, but if you can hack your way around it, why not? So listing management and syndication. This I don't know how possible it is. So these are the challenges. I didn't tell it that I'm a real estate agent or professional in Nigeria because Zillow, Premier Agent, and List Hub does not work here. A couple of platforms are coming up, but I don't know how good they are and if you can have access to their API to plug it into your own platform to be able to automatically update lists. So I know listing is a very manual thing and it's a almost a WhatsApp getting information kind of thing. So I don't see that working out. And so this is where being what is it called, aware of a certain process. I am talking about real estate because I've worked with a lot of real estate clients and I know the process. So if I wasn't experienced in the real estate space and I come up with this as an automation plan for someone in real estate, it wouldn't work. So that's why I said those who benefit the most are those who already understand the processes and can apply any technology to it, whether AI or automation. So client feedback, collection and reviews, you can use Trustpilot and use Podium. There are other tools to do it, but these 5 tasks that he has listed for you just already tells you what you can save time doing. So for every time client, especially when the client is really happy, because if there's anything I know, there are so many things to annoy you in this country. So the time you might be asking for the review or testimonial later, they might not be in a good mood. So once they're in a good mood, you already have like your automated process for collecting testimonials and you send that out and you lock that in. So and you don't have to send it manually and say, oh, please give me testimonial. It automatically is updated. So one of the platforms that he mentioned here is Zoho. And one of the things I like about Zoho, for anybody who is aware of Zoho, is that Zoho solutions are well tailored to Nigerians. And I think they are pretty much the only decent software that is international but has a solution catered for the Nigerian market, meaning that it allows you pay in Naira. This is top secret. A lot of people don't know it. Don't go outside and tell everybody. So if you're a consultant, if you're a business owner, you're looking to keep your technology cost low, Zoho has a suite of software solutions that can be applied in your business, and it's not as sophisticated as other tools. Like if you're a fan of Google or you're a fan of Microsoft, but it does the work and it does it well enough to allow you do your work efficiently and it takes off your costs. So and one of the things I like about Zoa is its AI updates as well and how it allows you can integrate all these solutions into it. So we've used this to map out how you can create or automate 5 tasks in your business. So if you didn't know what tasks to automate already, this we have figured out. Let me look at your other question. Inquiries, sales and letting. Okay, so let me ask it now, or let me prompt it rather. I'd like to automate inquiries and sales letting as well. Sales. How do I do that and what tools do I need? Okay, so you can see use website chatbots, Zoho Sales IQ, many chatbots, many chats, land bots, automate lead qualification and nurturing, Hotspot or CRM, MailChimp or Active Campaign for automated qualification, automate scheduling for viewings, Calendly, automate document collection, e-signatures for letting, and it's giving you the type of platforms you can use, automate client updates and check-ins, WhatsApp Business API, Zoho Begin, which is a very affordable CRM platform. So for those who can't even or don't want to take up the cost of Zoho CRM itself, which I think is really, really affordable in the when you look through CRM solutions, Zoho Begin is a cheaper, way cheaper, SME friendly platform, and it's not just for Nigerians; it works everywhere. So it has told you how you can automate sales and letting. Now it gave you the the basic knowledge around it. Use chatbots. How do you use chatbots? How do you connect the chatbots? What chatbots? What are you going to create? I'm sure that's the main question you want to ask. That's what you need to know. That can also be prompted, or better yet, that can be taught on how exactly you can use it. And remember when I said that if you can reduce your cost of technology demands or needs for your business, why not, right? And I'll get into details on how you can get that done. Let me use the next example on dentistry. Okay, so dentistry, I'm just going to do the first one, and then the others, as you've watched, I'm pretty sure that you need to be able to do it by yourself. So analyze my role as a dentist in Nigeria. That part is important because sometimes it will give you a strategy that will work for somebody who is based in the US. I mean, ChatGPT is an American because its founders are American, so I think it would always ideate around that. So okay, so you see appointment scheduling and reminders, and it's giving you the tools you're going to have to use from Zoho bookings to Calendly, patient follow ups and feedback and check ins, bill payments and reminders. This would work better with our local finance to payment gateways, Paystack or Flutterwave. I don't know about Zoho Invoice or okay. Okay, for invoicing, yes, but for payment and even invoicing, you're better off using a Paystack or Flutterwave. Social media marketing for promotions and updates, patient records and case management. See, so you can have your patient record tools on practice management software, Dentimax, Cov Dental, or Zoho Begin. One of the things I like really about this, because and I'm pretty sure that some of you are seeing this software or solutions for the first time. And one of the things I always like to say is that when you're already a professional in whatever space that you are, you can now become the one who goes to other businesses, other professionals, other dentists. That can become your side business. You can now be the one introducing technology into other businesses and see how AI basically crafted what the next line of action would actually be. So we have done that, and I think I want to use one more example, and then I'll reserve the other one for the next example. Creating content on social media platforms. Okay. So when you mean automating the content creation, or do you mean using AI to create content? Which is the case? which is the case, so I know which one we are going to hit on. Okay, while I wait on that answer, you are welcome. So you see how easy it is to basically figure out where you can start automating, even if you don't know what exactly to automate. The way AI is wired, it can answer that question for you. Okay, both please, automating content creation and creating content with AI. So here's the thing here, when it comes to automating content creation, I would not really go for 100% at automating. I would go for augmenting, because when you automate content with AI, when I mean create everything, AI will write delve for you and somebody would know that AI wrote it. We know there are certain terminologies that when we read a document that AI wrote it. In the something, something, something of the something, in the plethora of the something. Once you start seeing those terms, you know that AI wrote it. And if you know it, somebody else will know it. And it's not just those terms or those words, it's also the fact that it sounds somewhat robotic, right? So, what you want to do with AI when it comes to content creation for you to get the best out of it is to augment, not really automate completely. So, let's say we want to create content with AI for a hair care brand. We would have to go into the visuals by using visual tools for imaging and for video generation. And I'm not going to be able to cover that tonight because that takes more time and more output. But let's just try and say create a content calendar for you that can now be used to either generate prompts for images, for videos, and whatnot. So let me create a prompt because I know your brand. Benefits of friendship, yeah. Create a social media and content marketing strategy. And another thing is because ChatGPT can search the web. If your business is already existing on the web and you have like data points it can grab from the web, or your personal brand is already existing on the web, don't be afraid to quote the name of the brand so that it can do some research, do some analysis, and give you a better strategy. So I'm going to say create a social media and content marketing plan for my hair care brand for Black women and women of African descent. That's how you describe your brand, right? I'm just describing this as an outsider. African descent. In the US. And why am I mentioning the US? Because culture matters. Culture matters in marketing, culture matters in communication and marketing. Somehow, what you communicate to a US African woman or US Black woman, as they like to identify, would not be what you communicate to a Nigerian woman. So, let's say your focus for this strategy is for the US. I'm going to use that. Well, I type culture here in based in America. My target audience. Remember when I said that the richer the prompt is, the better you get great responses or strategy from ChatGPT. My target audience are women between the ages of I'm just going to pick a random number right now, nothing, 30 to 47, who are dealing who are dealing with hair loss. Okay, let's just keep it this simple. It can be richer than this. Okay, so it starts with the goal, the brand and messaging tone, target audience analysis, health conscious, often looking for natural solutions, interested in wellness and self care, challenges, hair loss, brittle hair, content strategy, educational posts, storytelling and testimonials, interactive content, product spotlights, content calendar 3 times per week, 2 times per week, paid advertising. It's mapping out an entire strategy for you. Create, while it's doing that, let me put the next prompt. Create a 30-day content. Create a 30-day content that positions my brand and products as a solution to their hair loss problems. See, it could even be as detailed as asking it to write out each of this content by itself. Now it's telling you what to do. Hair loss is inevitable and all of those things. So if you didn't know what to post in 30 days, you know exactly what to post. Let's say you're focusing on this as a product, and you can do this for as many product ranges or as many solutions as you have. And this is why I said automating it because, for instance, the videos, it can be automated in a way. I mean, there are AI platforms now where you can clone yourself, basically create a digital version of yourself that can now create content for you based on text. And we'll get into the details of that. But for now, this is where ChatGPT stops. It doesn't create the content itself. And if you're going to automate it in a way that it can write and post for you, it can do that, right? But it's very, very, very robotic. So I don't encourage that. I don't encourage that. You are welcome. So see, it's really not as hard or as challenging. Anybody can really do it. It's really that simple if you're willing to. That's one of the things I always like to say to people. It's your willingness to get into it that makes it easier for you or that makes it hard. I have one more example in finance, and I'm going to go for that. But it will be in the next teaching because we have a few more things to cover, and I want to wrap this up at the time that I promised and not waste more or not take more of your time rather, because I don't believe it's a waste. You are getting maximum value. Okay, I want to share my screen again, share my slides again, because it's the guide for this session. So I'm sure that I'm on track. Okay, so mastering new tools that can drastically increase your productivity and income. So this is where the work is. Now AI has told you that, oh, you're supposed to learn how to use some of the tools it mentioned. some of the tools you mentioned, some of the CRMs, you're not familiar with them. How do you start learning? What if I told you that AI can teach you how to use those tools as well? It's one of the best kept secrets of. And this is why when people start arguing about who should be an expert, what level you should build expertise at. And I'm like, while you're dragging your 40, 20, 30 years experience, somebody sat down over the weekend to map out the entire operations of one particular role and has used AI to figure out how to get them done. So while I understand the place for expertise, please let's also be humble in understanding that if something can be automated, if something has data on how it can be done, AI can do it pretty well. So when it comes to mastering the new tools that can drastically increase your productivity and income, some of them have been listed by that single prompt that we put in. Some of these platforms have content around how to set up on their platform, but there are also certain specific challenges sometimes if you are Nigerian or if you're using it in connection with other tools. But for the basics of it, you can easily learn. I'll get into how you can master these tools as well. But like I said, AI is the easiest way to master it. So let me give an example here. I think I already gave this example one time when I taught business systems. So let me open this in September. Chilex. She is a graphic designer, and we mapped out. So yeah, hello, my name is Chi, and I run a graphic design agency, and I want to create a standard operating procedure for improving and managing customer experience. My design agency is called Chilex, and we serve small businesses, solo entrepreneurs, and freelancers in Nigeria. And it did that, everything end to end. So this even means that for the operational needs of your business, you can create alongside AI for most documents that you need within your business. And I'm saying this and I'm laughing because I might be putting some consultants out of business just by sharing this information. But at the same time, I will be empowering somebody else who hasn't thought about creating a consultancy or who thought consultancy wasn't for them, but they understand how specific business operations work. So like uh what's his name now, Mr. Luasheyi, who is in real estate, you can become the technology or implementation or automation consultant for your real estate colleagues. Now, it might take your time. It might not be something you might want to get into if it's going to take so much of your time. But if it's something you explore and you find that, oh, this thing also creates an opportunity for me, you might be able to launch an agency that handles the automation of other businesses. And real estate is one place that can really do good with automation. So I'm already handing you guys strategies to go execute and profit and make money. So yeah, after he gave us the example and gave us the tool, so I said create the CRM system that I can implement on Zoho Begin. So everything from customizing pipelines, this is the entire workflow. Lead qualification for new inquiries for small businesses, solo entrepreneurs, initial consultation. These are the things, proposal, sending out proposals, negotiation, client review. And so if you log into a CRM software, you would see that these are the areas that you key in information, and this is the workflow you would have. So everything until project delivery, down to post support. Let's say you offer the client a 30-day support, and even when the project is closed. Contact management, client name, lead scoring, everything, workflow automation, end to end covered. There's another AI tool that I'm going to share as a secret weapon for you just joining this night. And that AI tool is Perplexity. Perplexity is amazing when you're doing Google searches, right? And I know it can seem overwhelming. We're moving from one AI tool to the other, but like I said, each one has a strong benefit and a strong advantage. So if you wanted to Google, Mr. Oluwaseyi is thinking, please, when you launch this your consultancy, come and give me share, come and give me cuts for this business idea that I just gave you this night. So when you are doing a search with AI, you can, when you're doing a search on Perplexity, you would be able to easily find information way better than you would on Google, right? So this basically has covered what it would take to set up a CRM software. It has like taken the gap, that the learning curve that you would have. Before, when we were learning software tools, you would take time to learn it. You take a course, you go find an expert who will teach you. And while that has its use, honestly, but if you're willing, like I said, this is why I said that the challenge here now is your willingness to apply yourself, because that's where the real result is. We have so much information, so much ease, that the problem is going to become people actually leveraging or using the information that we have right now. There will be so many people that are aware of so many tools. There will be pros in tools, but use it for solutions that will profit you either as a career professional or business. That is where the real challenge is for most people. So anybody who can apply themselves will be able to leverage these processes. Oh, I'm still sharing the slides page. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Thank you for letting me know. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that. Okay, so I took it back to the top of the prompt that I created in September, the previous Next Advantage. So the one of the attendee, her name is Chi, and we used that to create a CRM and basically operations management process for her digital agency where she offers graphic design solutions. So everything for customer experience, SOPs, design process, feedback and improvement, and even down to asking ChatGPT to map out how we can set up a CRM on Zoho Begin using these SOPs, and it did that. Customizing pipelines, pipeline stages. And the thing is that if you don't understand what pipeline is and what a pipeline stage is, you can type it in and say, "What's a pipeline stage? Explain it to me. I don't know anything about this." And it will take you down to the basics. And so this is why I'm saying that people who claim to be experts, what that expertise means is the ability to actually innovate really quickly. And that the fact that somebody had to use AI to get it done faster doesn't make them less of an expert. So where like I said when I was starting, is where the challenge now is, if you're not familiar with CRMs, and if by any reason there is some mistake or error in what he had shared, you're not going to be able to understand that or be able to correct that, which is why I said you need to also understand the processes for certain roles that you're going to work in. And that's why I also said that the greatest advantage is for those who are already in certain industries, certain level of profession and experience, and can now use AI and automation, because it basically takes you from being the worker, the hard worker, to now being the one managing the AI that does the work for you, and you oversee the work and the quality of the work of the AI. So that was what I shared there. Thank you so much, Ali Balogun, for letting me know. So now I'm going to go back into sharing my presentation so we can wrap up and I can let you have the remaining of your Thursday evening. Oh, okay. Okay, so we've talked about mastering new AI tools and how you can easily get that, and increasing your productivity. Discovering emerging digital professions. Yes, I have spoken about that briefly with Mr. Oluseyi's business, where as a real estate professional, you're not just a real estate professional now, you're now a tech empowered real estate professional. And you could set up, if you set this up automation for yourself, but in a way, it could also be your trade secret, your own unfair advantage, your competitive advantage, because I mean, that's why I created the Next Advantage. And you wouldn't want to share that with anybody. And you use that to attract more clients, because if you set this system up for other people, it means they will have better efficiency too. So weigh the benefits of each one, whether you want to keep this as your own way of improving the quality of your business and making your customers think of you as the best because of the speed at which you deliver, the speed at which you're present, how they can easily reach you, because AI is working for you from your customer service to your finance, and not just AI, other software that are not necessarily AI powered are working for you, and you're able to meet your clients' demand. Because one of the things that really happened, I mentioned the instant noodle way that we consume information and the instant noodle formats when it comes to solutions, is that because of how the ease of social media, the ease of accessibility, and the things that we have, people tend to expect results to come to them really fast. Like they want to snap their fingers and get results. So, if you are the person who can also ship your solutions really fast, even while maintaining quality, you'll be able to get more clients than the person who is taking 2, 3 days to deliver on those promises to clients. So, securing your career and business by becoming indispensable in an AI powered world. I like how the theme or the flow allowed me go from one topic into the other, really. And I have covered each one, and each one actually. Securing your career is just knowing that change is here, right? Nobody will see a cheaper way to do work. So, for instance, the CRM that I process I showed, it would mean that hiring somebody to set that up is off the table, and AI can get that done in minutes, real fast, right? It would mean that having a customer care support person when a robot can answer certain questions, because ChatGPT can be connected to your business platforms to do a lot of inquiries, especially if you have customers that have mobile phones, internet savvy to an extent, and can prompt, can ask questions. WhatsApp API can be connected to your platform for people to ask questions, and those questions will be answered without you being present. And so the other complex issues will now be moved on to your fewer customer service professionals. And so you have to pay less when it comes to hiring customer service. Also, you have less error. Also, you have people doing more productive and higher value work. So it is the easiest way to secure yourself. Look at the opportunity for what it is, not at the problem. It is not the end of the world that, oh, AI can now do your work better. Look at it as a superpower. See the speed at which I used to create content. I went to set up CRM all in how many minutes, right? Think of how you can now apply this into your business and how you can use this to apply into other businesses. If you're someone who's looking for opportunities or looking for the next opportunity, one thing I always tell people is that it seems like business owners understand AI, but they don't. From small businesses to large enterprises, especially within this part of the world, businesses have a need for automation, for technology implementation, AI powered technology implementation. So you can be the consultant providing that solution to clients. And the part about how you can actually start using this technology beyond the prompting AI, how do you connect them to one another? How do you set up CRM or Zoho CRM or Begin? How do you create operations tasks? How do you set up creative content, video, audio, and automate that for your marketing? How do you get that done? I have a class that is coming up that I covered this in detail, because really we've been here for about 2 hours now, and see how far what we've covered. So if we were to do this entire session, we will probably spend 6 hours here and not be able to cover everything. So in this class I put together, it's a live workshop actually, but still has like a component for you to go and learn by yourself. And in the live workshop, we will be able to go through each one by itself for key operations services. And I think it's better for me to even give you a view of what we are. Okay, let me share my screen so you can see it. Okay, so this is what we are going to be covering: AI powered business operations and mastery, AI powered CRM, sales funnel automation. This is for those who want to connect their, especially real estate, where you can connect your AI, your CRM with your sales funnel. And then they can now interact with each other and pass information. Marketing automation with AI for web design and development. I tell people that I don't think many people know this, that I design my own platforms for myself, not just because I'm really experienced, but the speed at which I can get it done since I incorporated AI in my work is the one that really, really, really amazes me. And that's one of the things I'll be teaching. HRO recruitment automation. A lot of HRO roles are going to be really automated. So if you're the one who already understands how HR works and you can automate that entire flow, your job is secure. You can start a new consultancy if you like. Project management and time management with AI as well for project management solutions. AI customer support services, how you can set up AI chatbots and systems for automated customer services and inquiries. So there are detailed explanation for each one. The link for you to be able to view this is mindbhq.com/accelerator. I'm going to put that on the screen so that if you want to be looking at it alongside me, you'll be able to do that. Also, if you have any questions, you can type it in the chat right now so I can see it and I'll take them in the short time that we have. So there's AI powered business operations, creative AI toolkit for graphic design, and a couple of other solutions. This I had taken out of the curriculum, but I think for Okewa's question, we'll find a way around it because I know content creation is something that a lot of people have challenges with. So we'll cover how you can create your visuals and your content with AI, video editing, how you can create audio. And this particular audio one is there's a conversation I had with Okewa. I keep referencing Okewa, by the way. Aside being French, she's a great entrepreneur. And she has a hair care business. And I remember there was a time I was talking to her about creating her audio and sound engineering, adding it into her marketing strategy, such that she can create custom unique sounds for her business and use it for her marketing, especially because she didn't like certain types of songs that were available on platforms. So we'll go into how you can get that done here. AI for career mastery and future proofing your job. This is where we'll go into how AI has changed knowledge work, automates report writing, emails and proposals and administrative tasks, career advancement with AI for freelancers and for professionals, because whether I like it or not, some people just want to freelance and I can't hold it against them. So AI for consultancy and blueprint. This is for those who actually want to go into consulting and helping businesses set up AI implementation system, whether you're going to HR, operations, marketing and sales, finance and accounting, AI or other general AI setup for clients as well. We'll cover this. This is robust because I wanted it to cover key solutions within businesses such that it can become your own way of automating certain tasks within your business, especially if you're a small business or if you're looking to go through the generalist path, you can also use this. But I would recommend focusing on one part time, and that is the model we are going to apply in the workshop. In the workshop is going to be one task per time so that you can actually make the best of it. You can know it fully well, especially if it's not something you're really familiar with. But let's say you're already a customer support executive, and you know the entire flow of customer service support. It becomes easier for you to learn how to automate that as opposed to someone who doesn't know how customer service actually works. So if you're trying to learn customer service, HR, operations, marketing, and sales, you're going to be all over the place. So I would recommend taking one per time. So science of prompting, I'm going to teach you how to create your own prompts. There are lots of offers for prompts that you can copy and paste, but I like to teach how you can prompt so that at any time you can create a prompt that will give you the results that you want. Task specific prompts and other advanced prompt techniques, and AI ethics and best practices. Because one thing for sure is that AI hallucinates. AI can fabricate information. And so AI can also create biases. And if you're not mindful of this, it can show in your work. So we're going to step into this as well, highlight data privacy and security, bias in AI and all of that. And a new cohort will start on November 30th with live workshops. I don't want it to be another course where you just have a course, because I know I have been there where I buy a course and I never really commit to it because I don't have time. A lot of things are taking my attention. But it's going to be workshop style. So you have your courses ready, but also we'll have like a live workshop on Saturday and on Sunday to practicalize. I've also mapped out bonuses on making it easy for you to make the most of the course. So consulting mastery, how you can become an expert. For those who want to go into freelancing, how you can build a thriving AI assisted freelance career, because I freelanced once as well. So I know how it works. Pricing and negotiating your offer, mastering the art of pricing your AI services and negotiating higher fees for your work, whether you are an influencer, consultant, or in a corporate role. We're going to have a corporate professional come explain how you can actually leverage the new skills you have to ask for better compensation within your work. Job hunting essentials, if you're someone who doesn't have a job yet, or you're trying to make a career transition. And then proposal and pitch templates for those who are going into consulting. So it's really really, really, really rich. And like I said, it's very beginner friendly. If you're joining the workforce, you're trying to be part of the workforce, whichever the case is, um, wherever it is you fall in, this can be your unfair advantage, your competitive advantage. So I'm going to check the chat now to see if we have any questions. And I think I forgot to mention that part. For those who are going to sign up, I do beautiful designs. So thank you. Thank you. So yeah, for those who are going to join us for AI Automation Accelerator, you'll be getting an early action bonus, especially for those who joined tonight. AI Automation Accelerator is actually going at a fee that I didn't even disclose publicly. I remember at the time when I was setting it up, I was like, should I, should I not, should I wait? But yeah, it's available at a fee that is quite market friendly, if I am being honest, because I know how much this makes me and how it can, what it could also make for the next person. But like I said earlier, for the next advantage, it's really, if anybody who follows me from my personal Instagram handle would remember how, as at last year when I was on my technology regulation education journey, and I was joining research programs around that. And I remember one of the things that I noticed, and I kept saying in the rooms, okay, I should share it in the chat. Okay. One of the things I kept saying in the rooms or in the few times I spoke about AI was that while we wait for regulation, while we wait for support from institutions that support, while we wait for regulations and for institutions that support reskilling, we can't wait for too long as well, especially if you're Nigerian, right? The way the advancements happen is in such a way that before you realize how bad it is, it just might be too late. It just might be too late. And for the fear of that, or for the concern rather, that was when I was like, okay, I have worked in research, in partnerships on AI, on technology policies, and anybody anybody who has worked in any policy or regulatory space knows how long it takes to get any sort of agreement or any sort of policy pushed out. The very first time I experienced it, it was frustrating. That was when I was consulting for International Labour Organization. We would spend hours on a series of meetings and processes. But that is the way that space works because so many countries, so many unions, so many stakeholders are involved. The process is usually longer than you making your individual choice. And this is why I will always recommend that choice to upskill yourself, to create opportunities for yourself, to see where change is coming from is something you are committed to, something you are invested in, that you have an R&D budget, even if it's just you committing your time to doing research until you can fund it, right? But if you can fund it, be willing to put your money behind figuring out where the next opportunity could come in within the space that you are in. So yeah, so this is the entire package that we have: AI powered business operations and mastery, creative AI toolkit for your content creation, AI for career mastery to future proof your career, AI consultancy blueprint. We also have the AI ethics, best practices, the science of prompting, live practical weekend workshop for you. And the prices that are next to this thing, for anybody who has taken a personal development project or program recently, you would know that these prices are not necessarily things that were just made up. They are realistic, right? The consultancy blueprint is at that price because I can guarantee you that you make 3 times more of that within 30 days if you're willing to apply the things that I teach. The science of prompting as well is valuable because you can prompt across different platforms. AI platforms are pretty similar. and your prompts can work across many platforms for different roles. You just tweak it to fit in. We also have a 30-day group coaching such that you will get support and it's not just you executing by yourself. And then the bonuses, of course, that would aid you in securing clients, jobs, and promotions. And ordinarily, this would come at a total value of 600,000. And I'll be very okay to tell it to you because I know it is worth it. That if you're willing to even apply it in your business, that if you apply it in your business, you'll be able to improve the quality of your processes, make your business more efficient, increase the profits and your sales within your business, and you can make this money back. And then if you decide to go the consultancy route, you're going to make this money too. But I decided that for those who are joining me tonight, that there will be an early action bonus for those who will be joining from the next advantage, and you get all this for 32,250. And it's not a steal just because I wanted to make it a steal. It's a steal because I really wanted to pilot the reskilling experience for professionals. And when we work on this, the way we mapped it out and we generate the results we're looking to and track the results, the next edition is not going to be anywhere near this. So you were here, you saw the things we created, and that is even just prompting AI to map out the workflow. Like I said, if you're willing to implement any of this, the same way I prompted AI, prompt it to give you how you can set up on these platforms, and you'll be set on the platforms. But to teach you in detail how you can do it faster, and also because some of these platforms and software cost a couple of hundreds of dollars, and it might not be within the budget of every professional or small business owner to be able to cover that. So I will teach you how you can do it for less. And when I mean for less, I mean for less. The people who have worked with me know that I can cut technology costs. So I'm going to show you how you can do it for less. Either you're creating solutions for clients. And one of the ways that when I started my consulting experience that I really did monetize my skills, my craft, was in software implementation and sales to clients, where I became the software vendor and I was retailing to clients. So I'm going to teach you that as well if you're signing up within the consultancy for the consultancy sessions as well, because I'll be handling that myself. So this is where you can sign up. And this is only available for today. After this workshop, the price is going up to 40,000 naira because that's what the real price really is when we make it public. And after this cohort, it's going to go up way beyond that because then I would not be looking back at the value that I know it created for people. So you can sign up by going to mydbhq.com/accelerator. I put the link already on the screen. And if you have questions, I am going to take your questions right about now. I'm going to take your questions right about now. So, oof. Okay. Oh, there's one that I missed from finance. Please let me scroll up and see if I can find it while I wait for other questions. If there are questions, if you'd rather do a bank transfer, I didn't think my audience would be pro bank transfer, but I think I should have known that in the Nigerian space that certain people just prefer to do transfers. This platform allows you or gives you what is it called? It gives you option for bank transfer. So if you'd rather do a bank transfer, do let me know. On Paystack, you can easily select the bank transfer option to do a bank transfer. Just click on register on when you get to the website. You'll be able to make your payment right away. You are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. Do you have any questions? This is the time to ask me questions, though. The worst that can happen is I will say no, actually. But yeah, if you have questions, do let me know. Aha, this is the question checking loan balances. Okay, so let me take this and we can get into checking loan balances. I'm going to check out for other questions. If you have any questions, if your industry was not mentioned, you have like a 2 minutes window to let me know. We might be able to fit that in. This checking loan balances one might require a little more custom solution than what is publicly available, because I would imagine that there are existing systems within the business that were custom made. So, but we're going to ask AI and see how we can automate that. Okay, let me share my screen. Let's do this final one. Okay, so how do we, oh, sorry, how do I run a finance firm catering to the Nigerian market? This is me just rushing it. If I'm taking my time with it, I'll make it more detailed. Nigerian market. How do I automate checking loan balances? Loan balance, I think there's loan balance and something else. Let me check to see what the comment is. Okay, customer loan balances. Put that on the screen. How do I automate? Run a finance checking loan balances. Checking customer loan balances. Okay, let me add customer loan balances. Customer data management system. Okay. APIs for real-time access. So when I said customization, automated notifications and self-service portal, bot or chat integration, this one would require more technical execution than the other. No, this is not for cheap. Than the other brands or businesses or tasks that we have worked on. This one require more details. Also in knowing exactly what steps are, what are in the process, what tools are there, and all of that information. So that should be it for the examples that we had in the comments. And I don't see any questions so far. So I'm assuming that we don't have any question and we should be able to call it a night. If that is the case, if that is the case, is that the case? If that is the case, I'm happy and I hope that you had a great time. Do let me let me know in the comments if you learned something new, what you've been implementing on, or what you've been implementing, what you've been implementing over the weekend, because today it's already Friday. Thank you, Lisa. Oh, you're welcome. You are welcome. Let me know what you'll be implementing. If you also encountered any issue whatsoever in signing up, or you have any questions regarding signing up, do let me know. My Instagram handle is probably the easiest place to reach me. Not probably, is a platform where I'm most active on. So is where you can reach me easily. So you can follow my handle if you're not already. I think everybody here came from there. So if you're not already, it's the Ebere Lisa. and you can ask me questions regarding the AI Automation Accelerator. It's an accelerator, like I said, because we are mainly focused on making it a workshop experience, so that everybody who is coming on would be able to get practical knowledge on what to do. And it's not just the case where you join the class and you have a course and you don't really get to use it. So that's what we're trying to avoid. So you can sign up and you can also ask me a question if you have any. Okay, in the absence of any question, ladies and gentlemen, it was great being your host, your teacher for the night. The next advantage will return in November, definitely. And in November, I think I would share this with you guys for staying with me this long. In November, we're going to go into another sector, another key area of interest, which is creative skill sets and creative job roles. Thank you to Panthera. Thank you, Second View. And thank you, Okewa, for joining. So, as I was saying, the next advantage for November is going to be focused on creative industries and entertainment industries and sports industries and any other career path that is age sensitive and what anybody who is within those roles can do to transition. So, if you have siblings, you have cousins, you have nephews, children who would need guidance in how, especially in this technology driven world, how they can start creating opportunities for themselves, what skills they will need to learn. Look out for that session. It's going to be me and a couple of other creative people who have transformed their creative skill sets into building businesses. I often tell people publicly that the many lives I would live, I'm sure lots of people would not believe it. I was once a dancer in my life, even though it was not paid dancing. But there was a time where my folks thought that I would probably do something in entertainment, right? And my transitions is one of the things that people even knew me for my modeling era, my beauty pageant era. Like they cannot believe that I transitioned into technology. My journey, like I like to say, it is a journey of refinement. I don't necessarily think about it as pivoting because it's refining what I know per time and moving on with that knowledge into a new space and executing. And then as I learn better, I do better and I keep doing that. So we are in the age where constant evolution and refinement is what we need to apply. And I'm going to, as much as possible, speak on it across multiple platforms, angles, tasks, roles in a way that the message will reach as many people as possible and will have bigger transformation for young people and for even older people in Africa. So I will see you in the next advantage in November. Yes, 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 yes. I will look forward to seeing you in November, where I will be hosting the next advantage. And do let me know as well if you have any questions regarding that or any questions at all regarding the entire series. I'm open to having conversations around what we are doing and how you can be a part of it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I like to say that a lot, like I'm on some stage. Well, this is our virtual stage, and it's been a pleasure being here with you. Thank you so much for honoring me, joining, and even for those from the TNA first edition that I sent emails to today. I got some feedback saying, "Oh, you didn't let me know earlier," and I do apologize for not letting you know earlier. But now we are back on track. You're going to be informed before the events are launched. We also have our newsletters coming up, so the things you learn will not just end here. Updates, insights around AI automation, technology generally for career, for business, for personal well-being will be shared across our channels. If you're not already in our WhatsApp channel, please do join our WhatsApp channels. The links are in your emails and our Telegram channel as well. That is where most of the information will be coming so that I don't spam your email account and Google does not ban me from sending you emails. So Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you, and I hope this has been greatly rewarding for you. And I will be so excited if you implement, even if I don't know the outcome of what you implemented. But if you took something from tonight and you implemented it in your business, in your career, you transitioned and you're doing something amazing for yourself, I'll be the happiest person because that will be the greatest reward in helping you get to your next level from this session. Thank you once again for joining. I will see you in November. And by see you in November, I mean for the next advantage. But you're going to see me in other places across social media from Instagram to LinkedIn. And we'll stay in touch and talk about all things technology, all things digital culture, all things the digital economy, all things refinement and improving yourself, all things building wealth, all things building the lifestyle that you really desire, the life that you really desire, and you know that is possible for you. I will see you soon. Take care.